The questions surrounding the American President Donald Trump's decision to switch planes following the NATO summit in Ankara continue to make a lot of headlines. A day after Donald Trump confirmed that he indeed had swapped the Air Force One for a much smaller aircraft over concerns about a potential Iranian attack, reports have now emerged claiming that the American Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, had accompanied the president on the flight. The White House's Deputy Chief of Staff, Dan Scavino, and the Oval Operations Director, Walt Nauta, and Natalie Harp, Trump's executive assistant, were also apparently on board that smaller flight along with Donald Trump. Meanwhile, the American Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent had remained on board that flight that was effectively a decoy, a plane that Donald Trump did not travel in because he probably thought, according to his intelligence agencies, that there could be an attack by Iranian missiles on it. It was reportedly to maintain the line of succession in case something were to happen to Donald Trump. In the event that the president were to die or be incapacitated, Vice President J.D. Vance, of course, will step in, followed by the Speaker of the House of Representatives and the President pro tempore of the Senate. The Secretary of State comes next in line, followed by the Treasury Secretary, and others who had stayed on in the first aircraft included the likes of Trump's top domestic policy advisor, Stephen Miller, and the White House Communications Director, Stephen Chung. And they were accompanied by members of the traveling press corps who were reportedly completely unaware that the President of the United States of America, the strongest nation on earth, had switched planes because he thought an Iranian missile could strike it. Trump had flown to the annual gathering of the NATO military alliance leaders in Ankara in the new Qatari gifted and retrofitted red, white and navy blue jet. But ahead of departure, he said that he would fly back home on an older model baby blue Air Force One plane instead. The president at the time had said that the new jet was being flown out ahead of his departure from Ankara to give some US troops based in eastern England a chance to check out the new Air Force One. However, Washington Post reported this week that Trump wasn't on the old Air Force One on the return flight and that he instead was smuggled onto another jet via a catering cart to avoid a possible Iranian assassination plot. Now, Israel told the Central Intelligence Agency about the threat, which included potential use of shoulder-to-air missiles to target Air Force One, but according to the Washington Post, the CIA analysts did not find it compelling enough. One of the officials who spoke with the newspaper dismissed the intelligence as Israeli-derived and not US-generated and viewed as low confidence, while another one said that the Secret Service has had 3 near misses with the president, so they're not taking any more chances with Donald Trump.